Question, do you remember Nickelodeon's horror series, Are You Afraid of the Dark? It was one of Nick's most iconic series back in the 90s.
Yeah, and now there's a brand new season full of chilling tales as told by the young members of the Midnight Society. And joining us now are Arjun Atle, who plays Hai, Beatrice Kitsos, who plays Hannah, and Dominic Mariche, who plays Seth. Welcome to all of you.
Thanks so much.
Hello. So glad to be here.
Hi.
All right, so the first question I have, do you guys, as kids, do you really like to be scared? I was trying to think back when I was a kid, did I really like to be scared? I think I did. So this is going to scare us, but what kind of scary is it? Like chainsaw scare coming at me or a different type of scare?
I prefer scaring people over being scared, but I still do enjoy being scared if it's done really well. In the show, I think you'll see lots of like very creepy elements and also very like big jump scare elements. And there's a lot of like different stuff. And because it's kids being the ones that are being cursed, it's even more intense because they're just kids.
Yeah. I remember loving horror.
They're not like the Avengers.
Yeah.
Not the Avengers fighting the Shadow Man, right?
Yeah, that's exactly.
You know, this was a
Story
our
would have been
producer
real
remembers.
quick if that was the case.
This was a huge series in the 90s, and you know our producer remembers growing up on it, and now it's bringing it back. I love, you know, a lot of this is the trend in shows, nostalgic. I'm sure you weren't watching it in the 90s, but how is this show different for those who maybe did watch it?
I think, so those were kind of snippets, like smaller episodes, and it was like just a different story each time. Like it wasn't one long story. And in this new show, we get 6 episodes of the same storyline and it progresses. There's a lot of twists and turns. You kind of grow connections with each character and they overcome an obstacle of their own. So I think this show, you go a lot deeper into the actual storyline and it's not just jump scares.
And in the original Midnight Society, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, so in the original Midnight Society, they're the ones just telling the stories. They're not really going through it themselves. But in this series, it takes a much more cinematic approach, and it kind of tells a story over 6 episodes that are an hour long. So you get to see a lot more of the actual Midnight Society and them going through the curse, which makes it feel all the more real.
Oh my gosh.
Instead of just, them telling the story.
Yeah, we're looking at some. When I was 9 years old, guys, I watched a movie called Night of the Living Dead. It kept me up for 10 years. Is this the kind of show that's going to keep me up for 10 years?
I think it'll definitely have that effect on kids that will be like, hey, I remember that show. That scarred me as a kid. Like, it's going to have that effect. Yeah.
I'll sleep for years because of that.
Maybe 1 or 2 nights.
Okay.
Maybe not 9 years.
Yeah, exactly. You know, what's great is there's not a lot of shows that are multi-generational, and maybe if your kids are still at the age that they want to watch a show with you, adults could have fun with this too if you like horror, which I do.
Yeah, it has like a timeless quality to it, and so I think it's not really clear what year it's set. I mean, there's like some indicators, but this can be enjoyed for generations to come. It can be enjoyed by fans from the past. I think everybody can watch. The whole family can watch this and find something that they enjoy.
I think
And something that they relate to too. Like, definitely.
I think kids are going to be watching this interview and going, "I want to be like you guys." Can you quickly tell us how you got into acting?
I can go first because I have the shortest story. I'm very new to it, like film acting. I used to do like local productions of musical theater in school and stuff like that, nothing really big. And then this was like my first project ever on film. So this was like a huge step for me, and it's a really great experience. I love that this is my first thing to do because I got to try out so many different elements and do all types of acting, horror, comedy, all that stuff. So this is a really cool experience.
Very cool.
I remember that when I was like 9 or something, my mom called me into her room and she said, "Hey, do you want to be in a movie?" And I'm like, "Okay, yeah, sure." So we audition. I didn't get it, sadly, but I loved it. So she took me for acting classes to get some stuff on my resume. We found an agent and we picked her up, or she picked me up, rather.
Yeah.
And yeah, my career just started off from there.
Excellent.
For me personally, kind of like Arjun, I started with a lot of different classes and also just like some stage work too, just because I thought it was really fun. I had no intention of actually getting into film and television, and I had never thought that it was actually like a possibility that I could be on TV. Like that didn't register for me necessarily. This was a while back, and then I was doing this acting class, and I accidentally signed up for a film and television class, and I didn't know that for some reason. I don't know how that happened. And then the teacher was like, yo, like you should get into acting. Like I think like you'd find a lot of fun. I think it would be great. And then for some reason, like I did, and I don't know why I did, because it's like one of those moments where it's like, why did I listen to that random person?
Cool.
Yes, exactly. And like I did, and here I am like 5 years later. So
well, good luck to all of you. We want to let everyone know that season 2, Are You Afraid of the Dark? Curse of the Shadows airs on Fridays at 8 o'clock on Nickelodeon. Nice to just kind of chill out on a Friday and watch some scary shows. Thanks, guys.
Boo!